breakfast yet. I've been looking forward to this for the last 2 fucking hours.
I need a fork, please.
Oh, fuck me sideways. Look, I kind of get the apprehension, man, because it's in your DNA. All right, because we got this from the British. We got it from the British, so that's
No
why.
shit. They're fucking terrible with food, man. Oh, look, Hunter's got it. Look, Hunter's ready. Look. It's just beans and toast, man.
That's all it is.
You
Beans on
said that you
toast.
didn't like.
Yeah, I like beans and toast separate. I just don't know what it's gonna taste like together. Wait, hold on. I gotta take a picture of all of us with our fucking beans and toast.
I love toast, but I hate beans.
Hate beans. Beans are the best.
Wait, home. Are you gonna do it first? Because we're waiting for Mr. Rob. We're all gonna try it together. It's gonna get soggy and like wet.
Well, g'day. Welcome to this episode of Not So Secret Dad's Business. I'm your host, Nate Newman, and as always, got our fucking colourful designed man today. Judge,
Right.
what's happening, man?
We have a freshman from Pakistan named Hafsa, and all the students were getting henna. And I was like, I want some. She's like, where are you going to put it? I'm like, put it on my face, man. Like, I don't have anywhere else to put it. She did a fucking great job, dude. Like 14 years old, man. She rocked that shit out like 15 minutes.
That's fucking cool, dude.
I think we might have to go sans Rob, at least for now. So, all right. So we've been talking about this shit for weeks. Nate said beans and toast, and me and Rob's fucking skin started to crawl. But we promised that we would do the bean and toast Aussie style.
On toast,
so we're gonna
man,
fucking dude. He's got 2 pieces. I'm lucky if I'm gonna get through like one. All right, Hunter, you ready? All right, here we go. I'm cutting.
We got.
You're gonna give it a go, are you? So we'll have Rob here later on. He's got his tuna bushes as well. I've got the good old Heinz baked beans.
I'm not gonna lie.
I hate it.
That's really fucking good.
I fucking told you, man.
It's good. I don't know why the combo is so good, but it's good. Now, I think on Texas toast it would be better.
So what's the deal with Texas toast? Is that the toast from Texas Roadhouse or?
Yeah, it's like really thick. It's got like garlic and stuff on it.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like you have to eat this fast because if not, it's gonna get like super goo.
Yeah, but
I gotta tell you, man, it's not bad. It like, dude, I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like literally you have a hot dog and you just put fucking beans on it because there's just beans and bread. Like that's it. I think it was just messing me up because of the consistency.
Yeah, well, Andre, I was talking to him earlier, and he was saying that because he's away camping at the moment, he's like, "Oh yeah, we had beans and hot dogs," and so I guess it'd be similar to putting like that on a hot dog, really, or a chili dog, or
which I've had. So as soon as I think it was the concept of those 2 things, but realistically, it's not fucking bad, man. I mean, I'm fucking still eating it, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, man, look, I love beans on toast. It's just one of those things where
I wouldn't have it for breakfast. Like, I'm a sweet breakfast. Like, I can't do, like, I'll have bacon and eggs and shit, but if I had my druthers, it's sweet breakfast. It's like, pancakes or like an oatmeal thing, because fucking Kodiak makes different oatmeals. They're fucking delicious. So like, I'll have something like that. I'm sweet in the morning. Or if I have like bacon and eggs, I have to have like peanut butter on bread or something. That's not bad though, man.
But you said you've got sweetened beans. What's the deal with bushes, man? Because I noticed Rob's got maple beans.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on what you want to put them on. I think I got the sweet ones. It's fucking good, man. But like, again, it look like, ladies and gentlemen, it looks weird because it looks like beans on fucking toast. But otherwise, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. The 2 combo is pretty good. It does feel like it's missing something just because I'm not used to having like just this and like no meat. But yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Like I say,
Rob's in the fucking house.
We got Rob's in the fucking house. Boy.
I'm in the fucking house.
We're eating the beans on toast. Where the fuck are you, Rob? We can see his beautiful face, but he's having a yarn before he kicks off.
Crystal and I are talking. Crystal doesn't think any of you guys have seen her.
What picture?
Hi, Crystal.
On social media?
They all
I
say
haven't
hi.
seen Crystal. Wait, I
Hi.
haven't
What
seen
pictures on
Crystal.
social media?
I haven't.
On your social media?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, at the brewery.
I'm dead ass. I've never seen her. Holy shit!
On your
Hi.
social media?
They're waving at you.
Rob?
And now they're saying, all right, Rob.
Get it fucking done, Roberto.
I'll tell you what, man. She's standing there with that power stance, though. Like, she ain't
Well,
fucking
you told
around.
us that she's a coach
gymnastics coach.
and she's a gymnastics person, and you said and she could do both, and I was like, oh damn, she must be like built like a brick shit house and shit like that. Yeah, man, good fucking nice job, dude. All right, look at all of us punching up.
High five.
What?
High five.
Look at
All
all
right,
us
so-
punching
All right,
up.
so did
How's
you
your
guys
week
already do
been?
your beans and toast?
So I did start it only because I didn't want my shit to get soggy.
I'm going to bed.
It tastes like if you have beans on like a hot dog. That's really what it tastes like without the meat part. So it's not even that bad. I mean, I wouldn't make a thing out of it, but I expected it to be worse. And it's not, like, I'm still eating it, so it's got to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
mine has a piece of bacon in it, so is that okay, Nate?
Yeah,
You
go for it,
cheating
man.
motherfucker.
Hey,
Cause
look,
what-
man, bushes, man. That's where it's at.
That's the kind I got.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
like
that's really good.
like I was saying to Judge earlier, I understand your aversion to the idea because it's in your DNA, right? Like, we got it from the British, and you guys are just everything anti-British. So I get it.
No, it's not that I'm anti-British. I'm anti-tyranny. 1776, okay?
Oh my god. Freedom fractions, Rob.
Get it right.
Hey, so how's your week been, boys?
Hang on.
Guys, I got one more
There we
week of
go.
fucking school, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Fucking finally, the ship has come to fucking dock. I'm done, man. I'm crusty. Like, we went to the night school prom, and I just sat with my boss, who's awesome. And I was like, this year was rough because we had the influx of day school students because they're not doing summer school this year.
Mhm.
So we got Lombard, and it was just like everyone waited till fucking May to call. Can't they get some work and blah blah blah? Like, my poor boss played secretary all fucking year, so it was rough, man. It was rough, but they ratified the contract. So me and Sarah, like we were saying, so the contract went through. So we're getting a nice hunk of money.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I'm excited, man, because and ain't a little bit either. Like, I think I'm getting, after all said and done, like 75 extra,
Okay.
which is great because we're staying here for another year. So we're gonna end up fucking splitting out afterwards. So it's all house money, man.
Yeah,
I'll still be
nice.
living the same life. All the rest will just be going over there.
Yeah, awesome. No go for you, Rob. Not a fan of the beans on toast.
It reminds me a little bit of shit on a shingle. It's a military thing where they give you a piece of toast and then they slap like a meat kind of
Byproduct.
breakfast thing on it, like a cream beef on it, almost like a. It's basically like a poor man's biscuit and gravy in a sense.
Yeah,
Where, like,
okay.
no biscuit. It's like just a thing of toast bread.
Mm.
Because army cooks are fucking horrible anyway. They don't cook; they just boil water.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I get that. My old man, he was a Navy chef, and he was telling me back in the day if he was doing like scrambled eggs for 2,500 men on the ship, he'd just be
Oh my
throwing the
God.
eggs straight
Oh,
into
yeah.
the bowl, shell and
Yeah.
all, whisk them up, and then run it through a strainer to strain out all
Oh.
the eggshells.
It used to be like back in the day, the cooks would cook, but nowadays they don't do that anymore. So the food comes already pre-made in like Mylar bags, and so they just dump it in hot. They take the whole bag and put it in hot water,
Oh
hot
shit.
boiling water. Let it heat up, and then they cut the bag open, dump it in a serving bin, and then they serve people.
Yeah.
So you guys were eating Panera out on the field.
So wait. So speaking of food, our first segue, ladies and gentlemen, before day school prom, we went for the toast in, right? They don't have a toast off. They do like a red carpet thing. We went to this place called the Chit Chat Diner. It's nice. It's a fucking cool place. In the middle, they had a box of cards. So while you're sitting and waiting, like, you can ask the other people at your table questions. I was like, it's just a fucking cool idea.
That's a cool idea.
Now, obviously, especially for like a first date, like that'd be dope, right? You ain't got nothing to say and shit. You don't want to take them anywhere crazy. So I'm pulling them through, me, Sarah, and Hunter asking each other questions. So I started writing some of them down. I'm like, these are actually pretty fucking good. Not all of them, but some of them were good. Like, if you can master one instrument, any instrument, like master that shit, what would that instrument be?
I reckon for me, I mean, I think it's average, but like just the guitar, man. Like
Right.
I've played clarinet, I've played trumpet, I've used my lungs plenty,
Yeah.
but just the whole idea of having to use your fingers, I don't know, I like that.
Your dog laying under the table is ridiculous.
I know he's waiting on beans and toast.
So mine's always been the drums, just something about the fucking drums.
Yep.
And then I saw the visual of Thomas Hawk from fucking Meshuggah play Bleed. I don't know if you guys have never heard the song before. If you have not, pause it and go listen to it. This fucking dude is from like a different planet. He's playing a completely different song with his feet than with his hands, and the band is following the double bass, not the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I watched drum teachers react to this dude playing. At one point, the dude just goes, I don't fucking know how he's doing. Like, I don't know how he's doing that. And in the video, he's very calm while he's doing it. You almost have to. It's so technical. And Bill Burr went to go to a Meshuggah concert with the drummer from Tool, who apparently is like also like this drum virtuoso or whatever. Yeah. Like, I don't know. But he said at one point, like everything rolls and it connects and then continues. And he said the fucking drummer from Tool went, fuck. Like, he was so fucking impressed, dude. Yeah, man, drums would just be really cool, especially when you see like dudes with like the giant sets. They got a whole bunch of shit going on. Like, that'd be dope as shit, man. And I know like that like the singers, the guitarists, like they're like the highlight of the band, dude, but nothing happens without that drummer, man. I thought that'd be really fucking cool. Master the drums, man.
Hey, you should go check out on YouTube, check out the channel by Drumeo. They've got a series where they get drummers from different bands to come in and play a song they've never heard before, and they play a drumless track to the drummer.
Oh, I saw the dude from Red Hot Chili Peppers do that to a Jared Leto band song.
Yeah, 30 Seconds
his band's actually, he's fed it to his goddamn dog. Look at this motherfucker.
Apparently Opie loves beans and toast.
Yeah. And then the other one was if you can appear on any game show, what game show would it be? I thought that was a cool fucking question too, man. And again, like if you're out and you ain't got nothing to say to the person, these are actually pretty fucking good. I think mine would be Wheel of Fortune, man, or like Family Feud, because I'm always like, I would rip these. But if you're watching it, of course you're gonna think about that shit. I figure when they come down to you and they're like, name something, blah, your fucking mind would just go blank, wouldn't it? Like, aren't we better at shit when we're watching it on TV? Like, we're like all what? Armchair coaches and shit.
Yeah,
like when you're in the
fucking
situation.
Watching Jeopardy or whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Who wants to be a millionaire and all that shit? Fuck yeah! Like if that was the case, man, if I was on that show, I would have been walking out with tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
not $1 million because I'm not that fucking smart, but
yeah,
I'd definitely be walking away at least 100K richer.
And besides, Sal even talked about this. He's like, every other show now was like, win $1 million, win 500,000, win this, win that. All the Howie Mandel shows, like the one with the Deal or No Deal with the fucking case and stuff. He's like, dude, the Family Feud has been letting families walk away with like $4,000 for like the last 40 years and shit. Like, you don't really get much out of being that fucking show. I just think it'd be cool. Like me, Sarah, Hunter, my mom, Sarah's dad. Like, that would just be like a cool fucking like experience. So I think if there's a show I want to be on, I think it's Family Feud, man. I do. I think that'd be a lot of fucking fun. What?
The Amazing Race.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Crystal and I have watched every single season of it. And every year we keep saying, you know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. And we keep putting it off and putting it off. Now I'm freaking old and I still want to do it, but I'm too old.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be actually pretty fucking cool too. But like, I watch Naked so I don't, because I'm like, fucking, it's boring to me. But dudes and chicks who go on Naked and Afraid, and it starts off like they give you like a bar graph based on how well they think you're going to perform. And one guy's like, oh, I live in the fucking woods, man. I don't care. I go out there or whatever. And like, he went out there, he outlasted the woman that was on there but then he was eating these mushrooms and the mushrooms were like killing him. So like they had to call in like the paramedics to get him out and shit. I was like, yo, and how long now? 30 days? Some shit?
Yeah, it's like 30 days. So one of my old sergeant majors was originally on like the very first episode of it.
No
the
shit,
one where
really?
they were in like Tanzania. His name is Errol Snyder, but he goes by EJ, or his name in his nickname in the military was Skull Crusher. Just because he was a big guy. And yeah, I mean, it jump started his, like, he's been on now Naked and Afraid several times. He's been on quite a few other survival shows, things like that. And now I guess, because who does Naked and Afraid? Was that National Geographic? No, it's
I think so. I don't know.
Whatever that thing is they bring him in as like a commentator now to, discuss like, oh, this guy's doing this, or, one of the first things to do is, get this and things like that. So
does the naked part, the naked part was just thrown in, because you could just get him a fucking t-shirt and shorts and be like, they would end up doing the same thing. The naked thing is just right. That's bullshit, right? That was just thrown in because they're blacking it out.
I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it was thrown in or if that was like the way to draw the audience in, or I don't know.
I know, but no one's seeing dick and tits. Like, they block them all out. And then eventually they put clothes on. Oh, no, wait, they don't put clothes. No, wait, can you put.
If they make it, if they make it,
they can do it, right?
They'll wear it. Yeah. Because they've been done ones where they've cut animal carcasses and stuff.
Like, I wouldn't do that. A, I don't know how to fucking survive out there, dude. But B, imagine like a fucking spider just fucking like bites your fucking balls in like the middle of the night and you wake up, you have like elephantitis and shit, you're gonna die. Like, I'm fucking like, no, man. No. Like, I don't want anything crawling up my pee hole and then I gotta go in and fucking get, like, I'm too worried about everything being open. There
is one that I've seen that I would do. I would do this.
Oh my god! I thought you were going to tell me something crawled inside someone's pee.
No, I think he was on. He was like he's got this thing. He's known as Mr. Beast, and he pays like 10 grand.
I fucking hate that dude.
So I hate him, dude. But he was paying these guys 10 grand to stay out multiple days. They got 10 grand a day for as many days as they could stay out and survive on their own.
Right.
The dudes only made it to day 3 before they were like scheming on each other to trying to get the other to quit and things like that.
Look,
I mean, they made it to day 3 for 10 grand a day. I could stay out easily for 30 days.
Dude, for 10 grand a day, I would do 2 and be like, fuck you, give me my money. I'm out of here. Like, I don't need to be out there any longer. Like, I don't.
Hell no, man. I could do a whole year. I'll do a whole fucking year. 3.6 mil? Shit.
And the reason why I don't like him is because the other guys I watched, the How Ridiculous guys, the 3 guys from Australia, said they reached out to him and was like, hey, man, like, do you want to do something? He's like, no, dude, because your whole page is a mess. Like, fuck you, dude. Like,
I don't like him.
He's an asshole
per se. He's an asshole. But that one thing where he was doing with, like, he's bringing random schmoes out there. Like, these are just random people. Like, and he's like, I'm going to give you 10 grand a day. And like, he brings them like a suitcase of 10 freaking grand.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do with 10 freaking grand out in the woods though?
Well, he's got like $1 billion. Oh my God. Speaking of fucking YouTubers, dude. Did I tell you guys about the fucking news I just found out?
Go on, tell us, man.
Ryan's mom and dad might be getting a divorce.
Oh, yeah, I did see that, dude.
And
fucking Ryan's World.
He was busted for fucking shoplifting clothes, guy.
That was way back when they were first coming up, though. That was like 2019, I think it was.
But apparently, everything we said, because I read the report, everything we said about how she dominates the household, she makes him look like a cuck, all the rest of that stuff, she put up, we are making videos to keep the channel going. I was like, dude, isn't your kid like 13? Like, yeah, but Trouble in Paradise. Every time we watch that show, we're like, this is misery. You know that motherfucking guy's in misery, and apparently that's how it's all fucking coming down now, man. Like, it's like she and she was voted because it was a part of like the spinoff thing, like the 3rd or the 2nd most annoying person on YouTube.
Oh well, that's not surprising.
That's that's oh my God.
So who's the first and second?
Then I don't know, probably fucking the
Mr. Beast,
the Ace family.
And the Ace family. Us.
And the parents are under investigation because of money that they were supposed to use to push product disappeared. I was
and I
you know
saw
she was
something
doing that,
about
dude?
tax evasion as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Hey,
they're
look,
under
they're just trying to
investigation.
live like they're just trying to live like all the other politicians.
Dude, but like,
Yeah.
you know, you're making what? That kid makes what, $1.2 million a month?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Pay
he
your
was
fucking
making
taxes,
29
bitch.
million a year at
Like,
one point.
you're fucking like, look, man. Yes, I understand. For normal people, you pay a lot of taxes. The richer you get, it seems like you're gonna have to pay a lot, right? But Wesley Snipes got clipped for that too. Tax evasion. He owes like 20 million. I was like, Wesley Snipes, pay your fucking tax. Like, don't you have a tax guy? Like, aren't they taking care of that shit for you? Like, what the fuck? Man?
Yeah, and it's the more money you get, they what's the word I'm looking for? They compartmentalize it. So like the Met Gala, like
Right.
that's all tax write-offs for all these people, and they're spending
Oh my
freaking
God.
millions going to it, and that's all tax write-offs for them. Shell corporations. A buddy of mine said it like when I got my when I closed out my partnership in a pharmaceutical company and I got that payment, he goes, dude, you know what you should have done? Because I had to pay taxes on all that because, you know, taxes. So because it was considered capital gains, I mean, that was potentially up to half of what I got from that.
Yeah.
He goes, what you should have done is had that money go into an LLC, and then you have that LLC donate it to you, and then you don't pay taxes.
God.
And that's what these people do.
I'm not fucking with that.
Well,
I ain't fucking with it.
I'm the same. Like back in the day when I was living with my old man. Now, I mean, I'll give it to my old man. He's a fucking con artist through and through. I mean, he could fall down a toilet and come up with a mouthful of gold. But there was one year I was doing my taxes and I just started homebrewing beer for myself because I was just tired of paying full price at the bottle shop. And he turns around to me and he goes, oh, write all the homebrew stuff off on your taxes. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? Write off my homebrewing. What do you mean? He goes, oh, it's research and development. Just frame it as research and development.
Yes.
And then you can write it off on tax. I'm like,
Dude,
yeah, maybe if I was going to start a business or something for a microbrewery, but I'm doing this for myself. Like, I know for a fact that I'm not going to get away with that. So when it came to tax money, man, I never listened to the old dude because I knew at some point it would come back and bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also messing with the IRS, even though I believe they should be abolished anyway. I mean, the IRS is nothing, you know, taxation is theft and tax this dick and all that stuff. You know. But yeah, you can't fuck with them because I mean that's the government coming after you, and government always gets what it wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found a great way though to save a couple of bucks recently in the last few weeks, right? Is if you quit smoking, you have money in your bank account. Did you know that?
I did.
And did you know?
Hang on.
I actually found I quit smoking and the alcohol consumption has dropped back as well. So I'm saving even more money. Right,
Isn't that
man.
nice? How about this one? If you can go to any sporting event in history, which one do you want to go to? I thought that was a really fucking cool question too. I think mine is either the Yankees World Series 77 when fucking Mr. October hit 3 home runs in one game. That must have been fucking nutso, dude. Nuts. And then the other one would be Jackie Robinson's first game. Like to be there, but more to hear like probably the awful shit that people were just like, and realize that like, oh my God, like this was fucking terrible. And homeboy still went out there and was like, I'm fucking playing, man.
Okay,
like,
so wait, is
I think those are my
any sporting event as
any
in
sporting
like
event
I
in
go,
history?
In history. Okay.
In history, yeah.
In history.
I'd have to go back to when the Black Sox had the whole
the Shula Show Jackson. Yeah.
Shula Show
Oh man, I'm gonna flip it old school on you guys. You ready? The Roman Colosseum.
Oh yes.
That's not like an event as much as here are these Christians.
It was considered a sport back then.
And fucking eat them.
It was considered a sport back then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think there was only ever once where both gladiators asked, I think it was Emperor Titus who was in power at the time. The two gladiators were just exhausted and they asked the emperor for a tie. And he's like, yeah, all right, we'll call it a draw. And they both got
And they
freedom.
set the lines on him. Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they both got freedom. So, and I think that's the only time in history that ever happened. Yeah, no, I think for me, it would either be, during the Black Sox scandal, or it would be, I guess, yeah, probably just the Super Bowl. Everybody knows I've got a hard on for America, man. So, I mean, any excuse to go to the States, really.
Yeah.
Fuck, even if it was a KY Jelly wrestling match between you and Rob, I'd be there with fucking bells on.
Well, I think a lot of people would, because that's just awesome.
That would be.
Do you know what I want? Wait, Rob, you're down south, man. Have you ever done the bull riding on the machine bull?
No. Well, not down here.
Shit, really?
Yes, I have.
Is it awesome, or is it like a fucking whiplash?
I love the mechanical bull, man. Wait,
you've been on one?
Settings.
I've done it.
Oh yeah, they're all.
Is it awesome?
So
yeah,
it all depends on, like, I mean, it's a gimmick, honestly. Like, to get.
Well, yeah.
It went in the bars to get chicks up on the bull, but I mean, he can change the settings and make it go faster or slower based on anything. So, but yeah, I mean, I got tossed.
Oh, Sarah's got to go to a bachelor party
in real life,
and I think they're going to like a Western style bar, so it's kind of like a given that they're going to have them. I was like, dude, that'd be pretty fucking cool, man. But like, yeah, no, because like if I get on there, if like you guys get on there, they're going to crank that shit up to 11. Yeah. And my fucking face is gonna plant forward, and I'm gonna fucking end up dying in there. Like, I ain't fucking.
Well, you could just go play rodeo poker.
The fuck is rodeo poker?
That's the thing that they used to do at that prison that I told
you
about.
You sit at the poker
sit
table,
at the table, and they let the fucking bull go. Last man standing or sitting.
Last man there wins.
Get fucked, man.
I told you.
Yo, speaking of the rodeo, we got the rodeo coming to town in September. So
are you fucking serious?
Yeah, man.
Wait, you guys have a rodeo?
It's the PBR series coming to fucking Sydney.
Of course it is.
Yep. So I'm gonna take Eli to the rodeo, man. We're gonna dress up like cowboys and go to the rodeo. I might even have me a couple of PBRs as well. Really redneck it up.
Well, you took him out to the monster truck rally. Those are fun.
Yeah, we did the monster jam. Yeah, we did monster jam. That was cool.
If you're gonna do it redneck style, though, you got to go sleeveless plaid or flannel shirt.
Oh, dude, I've got a handful of flannels here. Yeah.
Do you have a cowboy hat?
Yes.
I got that. I got a black hat.
You got a cowboy hat?
I got a cowboy hat.
Yes. I think you need to. It's time he's not leaving because he's upset, guys. He's actually leaving.
No.
I don't think my head is fit for a cowboy hat. Like, I think you gotta have a certain head for a fucking.
I will never wear one just because
you won't really
of a unit. No, in the unit I got stuck in, they were big on wearing their Stetsons. It was obviously a cav unit. Now I'm an infantry guy. There are infantry and cav units were used as reconnaissance.
Right.
We would never wear a Stetson. We hated it. Like I mean, I went on a spur ride. I've earned my spurs. I could technically wear spurs if I want, but as an infantryman, why would I wear that shit?
That's badass, dude.
No, never. I will never wear a freaking cowboy hat.
I think I would if I was going line dancing. Oh my god, he came out with flannel and everything.
Somebody get me a job on Yellowstone, man.
He looks good with a fucking cowboy hat on, man. That's a good look for Nate.
That's a pretty good look for Nate. Yeah,
Nate, that's a good look for you, man. Like, you rock the fuck out of that hat, dude.
Dude, I fucking a while back, I actually shaved my beard off. I just kept the moustache.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Eli turns around. I was wearing the hat with the glasses, the whole fucking lot. And Eli's like, Dad, when are you going to grow your beard back? And I went, why? He goes, because you look like a Western. I'm like a Western? Oh, like a Western? Cowboy? Yeah.
Like a Western.
A Western.
I told dude, I bust Sarah's balls all the time. I said, I'm going to do like the Civil War fucking Southern general. Like, I'm just going to shave this and just have this out and be like, that'd be fucking great.
Massive fucking mutton chops, yeah.
My son has some mutton chops.
Does he really?
Going on, yes. He ate. Well, he's got to cut them. Oh my god, they're bad. But oh my god,
kids don't have facial hair. Like, they don't rock. Right? Is it just me? Like, again, the gym's got a bunch of fucking kids in it. They're not kids. Like, they can grow facial hair, I guess. But like, no one has anything. They're fucking smooth.
They go through
dude.
like when they can start growing it. Like my son does not shave, like so it's all patchy all over his face and everything. So, but like, you know, I know what you're talking about because like there are the people like they go through that phase where like, oh, I can grow hair, and so they grow out the patchiness, and then they start shaving it, and then they shave it for however long.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, I had that.
out.
I wasn't able to grow a decent beard till I was about 25. So up until then, like, yeah, I grew in the patchiness. I'm all right, that's got to go, that's got to go. And I ended up with like this little straggly tuft of shit just hanging off the end of my chin.
Oh, yeah, you said you had that for like the wedding or something, right? And your fucking
and the ex-wife said, like, shave it off.
That shit, yeah.
And I went, all right, I'll keep my moustache. And she's like, no, you're not even having a moustache. You're shaving clean.
What
I think you gotta have a certain face. I think you gotta have a certain face for a mustache too, man. Like it only looks good on certain people. Like if you got like a Sam Elliott, Tom Selleck joint, you're in the money, man. But everyone just grows in that little like that looks weird. Like I can't do that.
Actually, I've noticed you've got this thing right in the middle as well. Like you've got the toothbrush mustache going really strong.
Yeah, well, and I'm getting a white streak that just goes down, which I love, man.
I reckon if you were to trim that up, you'd end up looking like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh my God, or Hitler. And so that's why I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't going to
or
go
J. Jonah Jameson. Or J. Jonah Jameson. All right, so let's switch gears to Men's Mental Health Month. Nate, you sent something before.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into it. So what was the thing that you found?
So I was on just scrolling through Threads this morning when I woke up. Now, I mean, it's a new app. For those that don't know what Threads is, it's like
just
a Twitter
Instagram,
for
right?
Instagram. Twitter for Instagram, more or less. And this woman had put up a thread or a post about just basically saying, do men grieve after a long-term relationship? Because honestly, to me, they seem like they're doing just fine. Now, I looked through the responses and everything, and most of the responses were women just saying, oh, they just find another body to get under and this, that, and the other. And I responded and said, hey, look, you know, my ex-wife left me for a boy 10 years younger than us.
Right.
He was just graduating high school. We were 27. You know, and it destroyed me for a good 10 years. Alcoholism, depression, multiple suicide attempts. Like, it took me a lot to get over. And I mean, it was a shock for me because I was halfway through renovating the house. Like, we were well on track of getting our lives started. We owned our house. We both had a car. You know, I thought things were good. So it took me a while to really get over it. But that's why I brought it up in the group chat. I wanted to know what you guys thought. Like,
okay, I will give you, it's not mine. I saw it, but it's true. As soon as a guy, so the graph looks like this. The way the person put it was initially women will be shattered and they will heal over time and be happy. A guy will play like he's very happy. And yeah, of course he wants a warm body under him. We're fucking dopes. That's what we think is going to get us back on track, and it never does. So we try to hit that high first, and then we realize that that's not going to work. So as women fall and shatter first and heal to a safe place, we act like we're up here. Oh, it's fucking awesome, dude. You can do whatever you want. And then slowly deteriorate as it goes on. You want a really fucking good breakup movie? It's predominantly for, well, in my opinion, it's predominantly for guys. Swingers is the greatest breakup movie for a dude you've ever fucking seen before in your life. If you have not seen Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn Swingers back from 1990 something, it is the best dude breakup movie. If you want to see what a guy deals with in terms of like the roller coaster of shit about how we act in front of other people versus what actually happens, Swingers is the fucking movie you got to watch. Of course, we hurt afterwards, unless you're a fucking sociopath. The only difference is because guys don't like to share shit, which they go fucking hand in hand. No, we're not going to fucking talk to anybody about it. We're going to high five our friends. We're going to go out because they're going to be like, dude, come out and fucking drink, man. You forget about her. And you go out and you drink too much. You end up crying when you get home. And then you come out like nothing's wrong. Of course we do. Any dope that asked that fucking question must have never dated anybody because, or talked to any guys, period. Because that seems like a real insulated fucking way to think about it. Like, of course we do. Some But we do it in different ways, man. Like a girl will sit around, they'll call their friends, they'll try and figure what's going on. They'll have their fucking friends come together and shit like that. And like I said, they will heal over time. Guys aren't going to come over and be like, dude, you want to talk about it? Fucking guys are going to like, dude, let's go out. Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Sit around and talk about it?
Beer.
Of course. But that's because we are programmed to do that. Because if a guy came over and he's like, dude, just sit down, tell me what's wrong and cry it out. Of course I would. But that's not a fucking dude thing. We're not doing that.
No.
We're not.
No.
But do we hurt? Of course we fucking hurt afterwards. You don't be bitch.
It's like I said in my response as well. I did mention, I said, look, I see a lot of responses here saying that a guy will just get under another body. And that's very fucking true. One of the ways, but it's not because we're not grieving. It's just because it's a distraction.
It's filling that emotional hole.
Yeah. I see what you did there, Rob.
Yeah. Well, hang on. I do got a question for Nate though on this one. How many? And this is the bullshit that I want to hear. Is how many fuckboy responses did you get on there calling you a fucking pussy for saying that shit?
I haven't received anything yet.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I haven't received a notification yet.
Do you know what will help you get over anything?
Lobo.
The Batman Dark Roast from Comics on Coffee, ladies and gentlemen. See how effortless
our first non-sponsor of the episode.
Look, man, and besides, guys, of course, will try and go out and have sex with somebody because we're fucking stupid in that respect. We don't want to deal with our own shit. We also don't think anyone wants to hear it. So what we do is we do that. Not a single guy afterwards has been like, I feel better. That's why I'm saying this idiot has never talked to a dude in their lives. Because I did that. Every time I broke up, it's the first thing I did. And afterwards, I'm like, this is fucking miserable. I feel worse now. So we just do it to our fucking selves, man. But of course, we grieve afterwards. Hard, too. But again, we won't talk to you about what's bothering us for our day. Because it's been ingrained for us not to do so. You think we're going to fucking call you up and be like, I'm hurting today. Fucking do that, man.
That's why that reel you did on Instagram. In fact, you've been putting out some real fucking gold on Instagram this week, Judge. And so I've been sharing that on the podcast stories because, like you said, there's that. What is it? That stitch. Who do you call when you need to talk to someone? It's like fucking nobody, not a single fucking person. No. You will not hear a fucking dicky bird out of me. I will just be over here wallowing in my shit and working through it myself.
Yeah. And not because, and again, I have friends who are like, yeah, dude, you can call me. I know that. But I've also said the same thing to them and they won't because that's not how we fucking deal with stuff. It's not how we deal with stuff because I saw a girl, I forgot her name. She's awesome. She put up a thing. She's a Roxy something. She like shits all over like uber feminists who are like fucking guys just suck and fuck them in the bear and stuff like that. And she's like, women, you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, I want to be treated like a fucking princess from the 1950s. And someone else can be like, I want to get like, you can't, or else you better have like a checklist of what you want and hand that to someone first. I just talked to a friend of mine today at the pool and she's like, I want to be courted. And I said, but you got to understand something. Guys are so mixed because of all the shit that we're seeing that no one that's desperate if he courts me. He's going to hear that over here. He does not know you want that. So now it becomes confusing. Then we talked about dating later. And out of nowhere, I might actually fucking post this one too. Because every once in a while I'll get on a roll and I'll come up with gold. Let me give you a scenario. You're on a dating website after 35. Okay. You see a woman. Okay. A guy goes, oh, she must be divorced and have a couple kids. Okay. Yeah. A woman will look at a guy in his 40s and go, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Not, does he have kids? Now he's divorced, nothing. Oh, he must be fucked up because he's over this age. So why is it different? So like, why is that fair? Because most guys just go, oh shit, like she must have got a divorce. She might have a couple kids. But we don't think, oh, she's fucked up or used goods. Women are more fucked up in that regard. Because when I said
she's got a bunch of cats.
Yeah. Because when I said that to the group that was out there, every woman there was like, you're right. You see a guy's 42, still in the dating scene or up on a dating website, you immediately go, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
What red flag?
I've never said that about a woman before.
Yep. Yeah, and I've also heard it come from women of like, oh, chivalry's dead. Why don't men open the door for us? Why don't they, walk on the right side of the sidewalk for
Because
us?
half of you don't
But
want
it's
that.
because one, modern feminism has killed chivalry. It's not, yeah, it's dead, but it didn't die. It got killed. And secondly, it's this whole shit of I'm a strong, independent woman, and so we're like, okay, you don't want us to approach you. You don't want us to make the first move because then we're creeps. You're independent. You say you're independent and strong woman, so
Right.
we'll step back and let you open your own door.
Yeah.
Because
We won't
I've
chase
seen
you,
it. I've
but we
seen
can't
it. You
let you
open the
go.
door and they're
We
like,
can't. Yeah, I know.
how dare you?
On the flip side to that one, I watched a video of three like now super tall blondes, like so they obviously probably volleyball players or something like this, but they're in heels in a parking lot chasing a dude down to try to beat him because apparently he said something that pissed them off, so they're trying to attack him, and he fucking manhandles them. Like they're coming at him, kicking and throwing punches, and he never threw a punch, but he damn near suplexed one of them.
Yeah.
And everyone in the comment section is going off on him for doing that.
How dare he? Yeah.
How dare he? But he wasn't being the aggressor. They were. And then when the person that was filming it, when they saw someone filming it, then they turn and start trying to beat him up.
Yeah.
And other people got involved, and they were all like, well, that's bullshit. You're not allowed to film it. Blah, blah. He's like, it's a free world. I can film whatever the hell I want.
Right. Now, the opposite side is just as bad. I saw a dude, he was like bald. He had a turtleneck on and a gold chain. He's like, let me tell you something. I have a body count that you wouldn't even fucking understand. This is how women want to be treated. And I was just like, I don't think so, man.
Are you talking about the self-proclaimed alpha dude or alpha male or
that dude? He's sitting in his car. He's sitting in his car. And he's like, if anyone wants to beg any chick, listen to me and I'll tell you how to do it. I'm looking at him going,
if she says no, she really doesn't mean no.
Yep. Which is
it's like
rapey to the 10th power.
What the fuck you mean? Kind of like I was like, you're gonna do well on the cell block, man.
Yeah.
Look, this is really interesting though, because of course we've got Jai in the chat. She's with us every week. Love it a bit.
And she will be on with Rob in the coming fucking weeks, man.
I want to try get her on next week. That would be fucking awesome. But I'll get one of us need to get in touch with Jai, organize that. But she's jumped on and said she's had men flat out ask her what's wrong with her. But then most of those men as well at the same time are saying no single mums, no fat chicks.
Right. Well, she also had to deal with a dude, and look, I ain't going to put her business out there. You guys can talk about it. She had to deal with somebody playing fucking head games with her, too. Because she messaged me. She's like, dude, let me ask you something. And I texted her back, and I'm like, that sounds like some dude shit. And it's just like, but that's what I'm saying. No matter how good your defense is against it, I think everyone always wants to give people the benefit of the doubt first. And I guess that's a good thing, right? Because not everyone is a jerk off. Like, a lot of people like to portray they are. But I don't think everybody is and shit. Well, but it's just like,
go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Good.
I was done. I've made it pretty clear how Christine and I have met on the podcast in the past, and people always pat me on the back. Oh my God, she was pregnant and you stuck around. What? You're an awesome guy. How good for you, man. Like, not many guys would do that. But see, my train of thought was one. I was 30. You hit your 30s, very rarely are you going to find a woman who has no baggage, no kids, and be able to go through a relationship fresh. You know what I mean? But so my thinking was whether she already had kids or whether she was pregnant, the likelihood of me finding a partner without kids was slim to fucking none. So there was no difference. Whether she had kids or whether she was pregnant, there was still going to be a child involved regardless. So I don't understand, especially when these guys are in their 30s and 40s saying no, no single mums. How many fucking women are out there in their 30s and 40s that have kids?
And then in that situation, you can say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right? But then at least you can open up a dialogue and shit. Whereas like that doesn't really have a tendency to happen, which is kind of the double-edged sword of online dating. I love it. I'm not a bar person. And if someone was flirting with me, I wouldn't be able to pick that shit up if they fucking put it in front of me. I'm not good with it. I'm not good with it, period. And it never happens. And I'm saying that. And meanwhile, people from my past is like, I did all the fucking time. And I was like, well, you better send up some fucking road flares, bitch, because I didn't pick up on any of that stuff.
Oh, I've had to tell Christine several times, like subtle hints don't work, obvious hints don't work. Yeah. Like any fucking hints, just you want something, tell me what it is, because I'm not going to pick up on it.
But that's why I love online dating. Any site, I don't give a fuck what it is. People talk shit about it all the time. Dude, it's much better than going to a fucking bar. It's much better than taking a chance and like you happen to see somebody. Here is my profile. Here are my pictures. If they take fucking real ones, not ones from like 30 years ago, right? This is what I like, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's catfishers out there and shit, but like not all of them. So at least you could be like, no, 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 maybe, no. Like that fucking helps. And then they take the mystique out of it because if you, swipe on somebody, you're like, you guys liked each other. You're like, dope. Half the fucking work's already done, man. I think that shit is great.
Yeah, but how many of them are honest on their profiles? Like, so they sit there and say, "Oh, well, here's a little bit about me, or this is what I want." But then when that person comes around, they instantly freaking no, I don't like them because that.
Okay, when I was in my hoe phase, which was a while ago, and things have changed since then, right? So when I was slinging the DeVoe all over the place, right? Out of say there was 10 online dates I went on, one girl was not who she said she was because she took a bunch of like very generously angled pictures and she was heavier. Now, I don't fucking care.
I'm not talking about the pictures. I'm talking about the shit they write.
Oh, saying like, I love walks on the beach, the great outdoors, going hiking and shit. And then you meet each other
she's leaving.
Like, hey, let's go for a hike for this date. And they're like, I don't want to.
Or they're like what Judge said that one day. She's leaving the review about the beach saying that it was too much sand and there were, it was too sandy and there were fish in the water.
Which, hold on, can we get in trouble right now? Well, I don't think we're getting in trouble. I think people understand. If I meet a girl and I take a picture and I meet her and I have a lot of tattoos and she goes, listen, I connect with you a lot. Tattoos are not my thing. Cool, man. Go our separate ways. Peace out. So if, say the dude is overweight, right? Or the woman's overweight. You go on a date, you're like, listen, you were awesome. But honestly, being heavier is just not my thing. Like, I'm not attracted to it. Why is that cancel everything in your fucking life? But if it's anything else, it's not a fucking problem. Like, okay, I don't know anybody who this, like, say you don't date fucking Asian people, right? Because they just don't, like, it's not, because you're just not attracted. Just not attracted. It's not your thing. Why can't you say that without being like, you're racist? Like, no, just, that's not my, like, I'm not attracted to that, right? Like, I need a big butt. If you got no butt, I'm not dating you. Like, it's just not happening. I could say that, but I can't be like, hey, man, you're not how you looked in your fucking pictures.
So, but going with what you're saying,
why can't you say that shit?
It's fine if the guy's overweight. It's fine if the chick says, "Well, you're overweight. I'm not into that." Things like that. It's fine that. But if you flip it and then the guy was to say, "Well, no, I'm not into overweight girls," things like that, it would be a big deal. That comes back to that they want the equality. They want the equality, but on a set standard that they choose.
All right, but play the other side now, right? Because we're fair with everybody. What is the male equivalent of you're heavy and I want to date you? Right? I'm not saying call it fat.
Being short.
Short, really? Is it?
Small dick?
Yeah. Yep. There are a lot of women. I think it was the Dadvocate on YouTube. But
you can't say, I mean, like, you could say it and people would rally against you. Because that's what I mean.
Oh, no, no.
Like,
what I'm saying,
if you say, hey, man, I met this girl, but you know what?
Women are saying that they won't date a man under 6 foot. A lot of women will say that, but then a guy can't say, I want a woman under like 180 pounds or whatever it may be. As for the backlash, though, I don't know. I mean, how many?
There isn't really. I haven't
guys
really seen
because if there is one, we're open to hear it. I didn't bring it up as a trap. I genuinely know that if you say, you know what, I really don't date people who who are healthy. Like, no matter how you say it, all of a sudden, this guy thinks I'm fucking fat and he's fat shaming, fat phobic, and the rest of blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Is there a male equivalent then? Because if there's not, we got a fucking problem. I mean,
I don't know.
We do have a fucking problem. But I can't think of one male equivalent where if you say that, all you and your friends and the entirety of fucking society would be like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is.
Unless the woman's like, oh, you know what? I don't date black guys. But even that, I don't know if
they're not gonna. Nobody's gonna kick up Mary Hell saying they're racist.
I think they will, though.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would, because the way it comes across to me, anyway. This is purely my opinion. Not saying that this is the way it is, but it comes across to me that something like that for a woman is a preference, whereas something like that for a man is discrimination. Now, like I say, I'm pretty sure it was the Dadvocate on YouTube that covered it, but she showed a TikTok of these girls who actually pulled out a tape measure and put a mark on it and put it by the front door. Put the mark by the front door. So whenever a guy came through, if he was shorter than that mark, they'd just say, hey, look, don't worry about it. You can leave.
That's fine.
And then a guy stitched it.
I got a specialty made hula hoop.
Well, yeah, a guy stitched it and put a set of scales right by the fucking front door. Like, that's the equivalent. If a guy might not want to date a woman over how much hate, weight, but
you know how much hate you would get if you put a scale by that front door and she walked in and you said, hey, step on that scale, please? You know how, oh my God, the amount of freaking just visceral hate that you would get.
There was also
drugged through just about every single social media.
I think the other one, and Jai's just pointed it out, it's money as well. A lot of women will say, I will not date a man if he earns under six figures.
Dude, that's why I love her to death. That was my next thing. She stole it right out of my fucking brain. I watched the dude interview a whole bunch of people on like a boardwalk or whatever, right? And they're girls in like their 20s, obviously dressed up to go to a club because that's the way they look. And the guy was like, how much should a guy make for you to date him? They were, I don't know what fucking they know. Oh, at least $250,000. Guys, this was almost all of them. The follow-up question was, how much should a guy spend on your engagement ring? Girls were like 30 grand, 40 grand. I was like, you don't know many fucking people, do you? Because I don't know many people who make comfortably over 150,000. I know a couple, but I don't know them like that. Like, that's how small then is your dating pool, right? Because if you have a height requirement and a money requirement, are you, yeah, but okay, are you getting rid of one for the other? I will do it as a guy, right? So let's just say, I don't date heavy girls, right? But I like them thick, okay? And this one girl's right on the fucking edge, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go because she got a big butt or she got a pretty face or whatever. So I'm gonna let that go. She's not over, but she's right in that cusp, right? So I would let one go for the other. So for women, if the dude is making 7 fucking figures and he's ugly as shit, are they gonna be like, I don't fucking care? Oh, well, I mean, I guess it just makes him a gold digger.
So did you guys hear that one with the chick that she was looking for the guy in finance, 6'5" or trust fund, 6'5" and blue eyes? Well, someone actually did the math and broke that down. Like, all right, so you're looking for a guy in finance. Statistically speaking, when it went through everything, her dating pool was 2 guys.
Holy shit!
Is what the math came down to.
From Denmark and Germany.
Yeah. That was the statistics of it. Would be she only had 2 available people that met that criteria.
Yeah, that's what 0.00004 fucking percent. Like,
yeah. I think the Whatever podcast did that as well. They pulled up a whole spreadsheet and they're asking these OnlyFans girls on the podcast, like, right, what are your non-negotiables? What should a guy have?
Yeah,
and they're going through it, and he's like, right, well, it's come back that your dating pool is 0.02% of finding that guy.
That show bothers me because they never bring on women who can hold their own. Like, every time I've seen a clip, they bring on fucking complete dopes. Meanwhile, the girls have to answer a question, and I've seen the dude, the little fucking goofy looking dude, like reading right off his computer. Like, so you're looking shit up on the spot, and you're trying to school this chick. She ain't got shit in front of her, and you're going to act like you know some shit that she doesn't? Like, bring on somebody that can hold their own. Because every time I've seen something clipped together, it's always a girl in her early 20s. She throws out a word like misogyny, and the guy's like, what is the definition of misogyny?
Yeah.
And she ends up crying. Now,
Yeah,
I'm not saying that you shouldn't know what that is, but like, you can't just set traps and bring people on. Like,
I
bring
understand
on
that, but I have seen clips as well where on that side of the table as well, they've had women who are happily married with children and they're
right. What kind of
homemakers
right?
and shit. But and
What is
then
the
they are
questions that
going, but and they are going to these girls like, hey, but what's wrong with having kids? Like I have found that I am more fulfilled having kids and having a home and providing for my husband, this, that, and the
Right.
other. What's wrong with that? Why can't you do that? What's
Right.
your aversion to that? So for the most part, yeah, it is a bunch of guys just slamming on these 20-something girls.
Like that to me, like that's not even like that's just bullshit and shit. Like, especially if you're gonna sit behind a dude, at one point he's reading directly off it and act like he's saying it all to them. Motherfucker, you just looked it up. That's like playing Jeopardy with someone with a phone. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you're gonna get beat. Like, you're gonna get beat because A and B, they know who they're bringing in, so they probably got a whole list of notes ready for that shit. Like, it just seems like if you're gonna make someone look dumb, and that's how you're making your living, you're an asshole.
But that's why I like the way we do this show, man, is because like we don't have the information in front of us. We don't always get it right. And that's the part of being a human, is that we're not infallible. We don't have to fucking make it look like we're right all the time.
And I love our fan base. They're great. But this is why we probably are never going to be fucking top 5. We're not. We might get a good following, but we're not going to be able to live off this shit because we don't treat people like shit. We don't say the controversial thing just because. We just talk about stuff and we try to treat everyone equally. People don't want that. They want drama. So
yeah, it doesn't feed the outrage culture.
Well, I think Rob's trying to say somebody muted himself.
Sorry. But then on top of it, what we also do is if we're wrong, we freaking admit we're wrong. We don't double down and try to
of course.
Try to sit there and go, oh, well, no.
I know I was wrong about this, but this other thing, you ain't got to do that, man.
No.
You ain't got to do it.
And if like, hey, we heard this, and then someone goes, yeah, well, hey, this, and then they post what information for us, we're like, oh, huh. Because, I mean, how many times has Jai and I been in arguments, and she's posted this stuff, and I've come back and I've been like, shit, I didn't know that. I was wrong. All right, cool.
I know. And I've actually seen that happen. But that's the thing. That's the difference between an adult and someone who graduated from Google U, dude. Well, if you graduated from Google U, you're never going to be wrong.
But
you'll never accept that you're fucking wrong.
I've done it on this show as well.
You and your cop videos, huh?
But I've even done it on the show here, where I've gone back and listened to it and gone, oh, fuck, I got that wrong. I've jumped on YouTube, put it in the comments for whoever's interested. I fucked this up. Here's the correction, and I moved on. And I think I've even done it in following episodes where I've like, hey, got to touch on it, and I fucked up last week, and this is the fact,
Right.
So
yeah,
which is fine. You'd be surprised. Well, no, you wouldn't be, because we talk about it all the time. All the people that will then just disappear, right? Like they'll block you because you're like, wait a minute, so you're not just going to tell me that you were wrong? Like you're going to let that ruin everything because you fucked up? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But let me tell you something. I live a much calmer life with less stress. When someone's like, you fucked that up, I'm like, oh shit, you know what I did? That's my fault. And when you do that, they go, because they're waiting for an argument. You're not going to get an argument from me, man. You're just not. I'll be like, you know what? You're right. I apologize. And that stuns them because no one's used to just being like, wait a minute. You mean I don't have to fight and I don't have to fucking post about it? Like, no, you don't. You don't. Not everything needs to be a social media fucking circus. It just doesn't.
That's it. Hey, fellas, we're nearing an hour. I wanted to ask you guys. You got Father's Day tomorrow. So again, I will say it again. Happy Father's Day, fellas. Have you guys got plans? What are you doing tomorrow?
I don't know. Sarah asked me if I want to do anything. I'm a low key. Like, I think we're gonna go to the pool. Like, I just want to spend time with her and my kid.
Yeah.
And and chill the fuck out. Like, I don't really need anything. And we talked about this before. Of course, I want to hang out with my, like, you know, dads were like, I want everyone to leave me alone. I'm like, I would not be a father without the child. So of course I want to hang out with my kid. If she plans something, great. If she doesn't, just as good, man. Because you know what? I love the way that her and Hunter do it. Like, I'll wake up, Sarah's like, whatever you want. Like, what do you want for breakfast? We're doing that shit. What do you want for lunch? Anything you want to do today. If I told her I want to sit around and read all day, she'd be like, fuck, sit around and read. Just let me know what you want for lunch. Like, that's perfect. I don't need a plan made. Like, she does it right, because a lot of people will plan something for you because they want to do it. And you can't say anything because then they're upset about it. She's like, like, 1 year she took me to the batting cages. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't put a baseball bat for a ball in my hand in fucking years, man. I'm like, this is really cool, because I had mentioned it fucking once. And she pulled that shit off. But otherwise, she's like, babe, what do I want to do? I'm like, nothing, man. I want to sit. I want to kick my feet up. I want to fucking relax, and I'll hang out with you and Hunter. She's like, okay, I'm still going to make it the best day. And she always does, man. So I don't think there's any plan. Rob, what do you got going on? Happy Rob got fucking dads and grandparents.
So as it stands right now, Crystal's obviously going to make breakfast for her dad, but my daughter is saying that she's going to come home tomorrow, because she's going up to spend time with her boyfriend tonight. But she's going to come home tomorrow, and then we're going out to brunch. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. She's flaky on a lot of her stuff, so we'll see if it happens. But then Crystal's all like, if you just want to sit and play your video game all day, you know, you can do that. I'll bring you snacks and everything. But see, like, my video game time is when everyone is asleep in the house in the early morning. Like, everyone will be asleep. Shit. And so I'll get, you know, if I wake up, and that's if I wake up. Like, if I wake up super early because my body's on that schedule, I'll go and get on for a couple hours. And then when people start moving around the house, I'm off the game.
Holy shit, you know, dude. Exactly.
I might go do old people shit at that point in time. And, you know, but Crystal's gone, well, you could have done that stuff while you were instead of being on your game. That way now we don't have to wait till it's all done and everything. And I get it. You know, I understand it. I understand where she's coming from. But she's very, you know, everything, you know, she's
very organized.
Yeah, she's very, very organized.
Time management nailed.
Oh God, yes. 110%. She's got the time management stuff down, which honestly now, because I'm out of a career field where I really don't have to worry about time management, you know, I just react to it. That I don't give her, okay, the grass is gonna get mowed when the grass gets fucking mowed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So tonight we went out for date night, and I sent you guys the videos in the group chat.
Yeah. It was a fucking club you were at, dude. I thought you were gonna fucking start oozing.
So it was some sort of upscale Mexican restaurant that our daughter had found that said we should go.
But with a fucking laser light show?
No, so what it was is these tables had ordered a bunch of shots, and they bring them out on an airplane. And so they're doing like the Jim Carrey, the Mask, you know, got a guy dressed like that dancing around, and all the waitresses are carrying these airplanes to the tables with all the shots on them and everything. And so they're doing like, you know, their little flight, or the flight directors with their lights going like this, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God. But I got a question for you guys for this one, because a song came on while Crystal and I were there, and she kind of got mad at me for doing this. If the song Sweet Caroline comes on and gets to the chorus, what do you do?
Da, da, da.
I sing fuck that whore.
Oh, I mean, well, you see, okay, but it's during that portion where it's bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
And so not realizing I did it as well as a bunch of other people. And Crystal's just looking at me like, I just, you know, I can't be with you right now.
I didn't know that though. I didn't know that. Like, we've kind of got one similar to that. So there's an old rock band from the 70s from Australia called The Angels. And there's a song that basically goes, am I ever gonna see your face again? And right after that, everybody, absolutely fucking everybody will yell out, no way, get fucked, fuck off.
That's awesome.
So it'll be literally, will I ever see your face again? No way, get fuck off. And like, without fail, man.
I could rock out to that.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
You guys and the Brits have the best shit to add into fucking songs, man. Like, it's just, it's heinous, and I fucking love it. Like, our fucking thing, and again, unless you're at a baseball game or from Boston, when Sweet Caroline comes on, instead of dun dun dun, you say fuck that horror, fucking horror. That's as dirty as we get. You guys have some of the best fight songs. I've never been to a live performance. I know you throw toast and shit like that, but I've never actually been to a live performance of it. I hear it's fun though.
You've never been to a live performance of it?
Nope.
Okay, you're up now. You know what, dude? You're up there with Nate and his non-movie watching ass.
Really? Because of that? No shit.
Yeah, dude. That's I with all the movies you've watched, I would have at least expected that you've done at least a live showing of Rocky.
I've seen the movie, obviously, but
well, I mean,
I've never been.
Yeah.
But so I think it's because during the time when people were doing it, there was a real division of like, oh, you know, that's a theater nerd thing, and I never was with one group, but I never knew a whole bunch to like go. But my friend Audrey goes all the time. She said it's a lot of fucking fun. Like, I would love to go to experience it. I just haven't. I'm not going because I don't want to. I would love to go. It's just not like that they play it like all the time at certain theaters, and like that's what the actors do and shit like that. But I've never been in and around a place that does it.
So it's generally seasonal, which I know when back in Jersey they used to have a couple places that did it year round, and it would be like every second Saturday of the month or whatever, you know, things like that. But most of the time it's just seasonal. But we've got that one. Then there's those country songs, you know, that, you know, people add in the things too, you know, like you know, why do you all drink to get drunk, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got those ones too. But yeah, it's
yeah, man, it's like call and response. It's like you're at church.
Yeah,
like, fucking they say something, and also with you, but instead
everyone yells amen.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, look, I'm gonna have to send this through to you guys as well. You've got to check him out. He's a comedian, but all his comedy is music. He doesn't do stand-up per se. He does comedy songs, and his name is Kevin Bloody Wilson. And
you told me about this guy.
Yeah, and like one of my favorite songs. Basically, I don't even remember the title, but it's I've had an absolute kind of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, I've had an absolute kind of a day. And it's just fucking gold.
I love that song already.
You know, he's got a song called Dilly Gaff. So like, do I look like I give a fuck? You know, and he basically comes out of the goldfields of WA. Fucking absolute perler of a guy. But anyway, guys, we are at an hour and 15. So
do we have random stuff
brief?
that we want to fucking plug that we're not getting any fucking money for? We just want to do it anyway. Look,
I think we have to throw it out there to Bush's, and we have to throw it out to Heinz.
Yep, true. Bush's baked beans.
Heinz baked beans. And comments on coffee as well, you know.
The chick I'm talking about, who really fights for like all these chicks are fucking crazy. Like, I'm telling you, gotta follow this chick. It's ROMAARMY, and then
Roma Army.
Y's. She's fucking great, dude. And she doesn't hate women. She hates women that are like, you guys are fucking idiots. Like her and the Lady J chick, they both do the same thing. Like, you can't do, but that chick is fucking great, man.
Yeah, shout out to Chloe, man. Shout out to Chloe. Fuck yes. Well, look, guys, let's wrap this one up before we do
safety brief.
Rob, give us a safety brief, man. We haven't had one for a couple of weeks.
What do I got to do a safety brief on?
Well, it's Father's Day. It's Father's Day, isn't it? So I think
no. Ask Crystal what today's safety brief should be on.
They want me to ask you a question.
He's figuring it out. Rob looks like Josh Brolin from fucking Outer Range. If he throws on a fucking cowboy hat, he looks just like him.
Man,
He does, man. Which, by the way, is a great fucking show.
I can't wait to see him when he starts training, all baby faced and cute, you know.
If you're traveling down
That's
the highway
right. He's got
with a toddler screaming for milk, pull over to hand them the milk cup because your foot might slip on the gas and make you go over the speed limit, get pulled over, and get a ticket.
Okay, here we go. Did you guys hear all that one?
No, we missed that.
I heard bits and pieces, and I laughed my balls off. Go ahead, say.
All right, so Father's Day. All right, we're gonna go
Crystal
with the Father's
safety
Day
brief
one
today.
Yes, Crystal safety brief. All right, safety brief. Compliments of Crystal. Here we go.
Yes.
So you're traveling on Father's Day. You've got your toddler in the back seat who is obviously now screaming because they want a cup of milk or something. So rather than doing the smart thing such as pulling over and then reaching behind and giving the kid a cup of milk, you're going to try doing gymnastics and Pilates all rolled into one in the vehicle and stretch Armstrong yourself to the back seat while still driving with your foot on the gas pedal, knee on the steering wheel, hand on the ceiling,
guilty,
and then foot slipping off and you jerking the wheel, and then all of a sudden you got the red and white, or the red and you got the red and blue flashing behind you, pulling you over.
I am guilty of that shit
for going 92 and a 70. So.
And the toddler needing a milk was not a good enough excuse.
So, and apparently, hey, officer, my toddler needed milk is not a good excuse that's going to get you out. Probably should have used the tried and true. No, you wanted to sell me tickets to the state trooper ball.
Instead, the female officer hands you the ticket and says, "Happy Father's Day, sir."
Oh, wait, what?
That's fucking amazing.
Instead, the female officer hands you the ticket and says, "Happy Father's Day."
Oh, so then the female officer hands the ticket and says, "Happy Father's Day."
Fuck yeah. What a Father's Day gift, hey?
That hurts.
Fucking a speeding ticket, and then you got the spoiled milk on top of it. That smell's not coming out.
And you still have a crying child, by the way,
who still wants milk.
Happy Father's Day.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give you the usual shit. If you're not following us, you should be. If you want to join us live on YouTube,
which, by the way, Aussies step it up. Americans now make up a majority of our audience. They completely flip flop, man. USA coming fucking strong.
Yeah, well, dude, I will say I love fucking Americans, man. Like the number of American listeners is spiking. There's a 50% easy. So yeah, come on, Aussies, let's fucking pick this up. I want more listeners over here. But yeah, if you're not following, make sure you're following. Hit the bell. You'll get notified when new episodes drop. If you want to catch us live, well, you can catch us live. Keep an eye on the Instagram stories.
Pay us a lot of money. We'll come to your house and we'll podcast in your house. How do you like that?
Fuck yeah, why not?
Well, hey, what are we got? 4 years? 4 years is going to be Nate's road trip across America, and we're going to podcast that.
No,
I will fucking rent dude. I will rent the big fucking RV for that. That'd be the fucking greatest trip in the world, man.
It'd be awesome. Go right across the country.
A week in the life of us.
God.
Guys.
Families on it. All right, we're out of here.
Thanks, guys, for tuning
later,
in.
guys.
We'll see you next week. Catch you later. Fuck, man.
Dude, oh my God. Bro, the yoga Pilates.